Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play WazHack, and now we're entering the second 100. That's right, this is episode 101. We've actually ploughed through 100 episodes of WazHack and we're into the 101st. So, today we're starting with a clean slate, brand new character, and as we do so, we're going to make a few small changes to the way we're playing. After all, a vital component of getting anywhere in a roguelike is learning from your past experiences. So, since we've had a couple of promising runs with the Vandal character, we're going to go for her again today. Our stats that we've rolled up are admirable: Strength 20, Constitution 20. Dexterity 10 isn't amazing, but the Vandal tends to have low dexterity anyway. I am going to pluck a couple of points out of Charisma and maybe try to put them into Dexterity. 11 is the maximum. Yeah, that'll do. And we'll jump in with Sessifred the Staunch. So, I said we're going to make a couple of changes to the way we play. And I'll talk a little bit about that as we go along. But first, we have a rat to deal with. Okay. Let me turn my volume up. I had it way, way down. Okay, so let's kick this chest open and get out. Boots won't fit us because we're gigantic, but I will, of course, take the scrolls, the potion, and so on. So, the most significant change that I have in mind to the way I'm going to play is to use our Scrolls of Identify on wands. A few people, of course, left feedback on episode 100, and I've taken, a few days, maybe even a week or so, to think about how I'm going to proceed into the second 100. And my feeling is that a lot of the time... Oh, Goblin wields a cursed wand. Not having that. But I will take the wand. Of course, we know it's cursed now, so that's an advantage. I would like to know what it is, and that segues neatly into what I was saying a moment ago. I feel like a lot of the time, wands provide the most decisive effects. So, things like teleport wands, wands of fire, wands of polymorph, that kind of thing can really have game-changing effects. So, I feel like, much though I appreciate the bonus effects of things like equipment and weapons, that armor's too small for us, I do feel like actually identifying wands, and whether or not they're cursed, might actually be the best way of trying to make a decisive difference to the outcome of our runs here. Of course, this might not pay off. It's entirely theoretical until we try it out. But I think the theory is solid. We need to know, as much as possible, what the wands are that we're carrying, and whether it's safe to wield them or not. Because if we have a selection of unidentified wands, we're in a tough situation. We can try shooting them at enemies and at ourselves, but that whole thing is a crapshoot. So, if we have, say, 3 unidentified wands and we're a couple of hits away from death, we probably don't have the time to try out all the wands. So, my thinking for the time being, as I munch some goblin innards and a piece of rat meat, is to try and actually use our Identify scrolls identifying wands rather than equipment. Identifying equipment is a luxury, but I feel like, on the whole, getting some fancy armour and weapons makes less of a difference to the outcome of a run than having good wands and knowing what they are. So, to that end, the first thing I'm going to pick up is a level of Dweomery. Although it only triggers every 2 minutes, which isn't really enough, it's at least a step in the right direction. That will begin to tell us whether stuff is cursed. Obviously, with a wand, that will help. I didn't want to pick up the crude sword, so let's throw that away. Obviously, if we're using Scrolls of Identify on wands, then that will tell us anyway whether they're cursed or not. But I'm going to work on the assumption that we probably won't have enough identifies, or at least we can't rely on having enough identifies to identify every single wand that we might pick up. So I think it's advantageous to find out whether they're cursed so we can at least try them out with relative impunity. Plus, as I adjust my pop shield here, because it was sagging slightly below the microphone there, plus, if we're not going to be using identify scrolls to identify equipment and weapons, it would be useful to know if we can try them on without getting them stuck to our body. So that's the thinking there. And again, to that end, I'd like to take another level of Dweomery to accelerate it. But with the current skill levelling system, we have to take level 1 in something else first. We haven't been having too much problem with food at the moment. So I'm going to go with weapon precision for better critical hits. Going to try and lead him away from that door because I really don't want to engage in battle in front of a door that could spawn a ridiculous number of enemies. Do I want that scroll? Let's hang back. Do we have anything that would be... We have a lot of scrolls. Do we have anything that might be worth identifying? We don't have any wands. Oh, we have the Cursed Long Wand. Okay, yeah. Let's see if we've got an identify scroll here. Probably one of these is going to be. Magic mapping. Fine. Aha. Choose something to charge. If we charge it and it doesn't need charging, it might blow up, but I'm going to risk it. That's okay. And what about this one? Identify. Well, we only had one identify scroll, and that's not great. So I'm going to resist my long-trained impulse to identify the square amulet, and I'm going to go for the wand first. Wand of Death. See, knowing that we have a 9-charge Wand of Death that's cursed could make all the difference in the outcome of a run here. Whereas just identifying an amulet that might be, you know, an amulet of breathing or something. Yes, it's nice, it's good to know, but it's unlikely to be as decisive as this Wand of Death. So that's the thinking here. Now that we've identified our only wand, I am going to move on to the amulet. Cursed Amulet of Restful Sleep. See, if we'd just done that and not the wand, that would not be anywhere near as valuable. Okay, let's bait him away from the door again. Beat down the rat. Another level up. So, let's take a second level of Dweomery. See if we've got any food here. Green mould goo. I'll give it a go. You feel a bit sick. Well, after eating something called green mould goo, feeling slightly queasy is the least I'd expect. I'm actually going to cast aside our Cursed Amulet of Restful Sleep because, frankly, I am clumsy enough to accidentally put it on and I don't want to run that risk. Carrot and another scroll of magic mapping. Doesn't really interest me. I'll get my pet to attack the acidic blob, though, because I don't want it corroding me, but, of course, corroding my dog doesn't really matter. If you don't know what it is, don't expect a fair price. Ooh! I like the way there's actually an ooh included there in the graffiti. So, let's pick up this gem. I'll leave the acid blob goo because that still doesn't sound like something I want to put in my mouth. Another scroll of identify. Other things that I might want to identify if we don't have any wands would include things like potions and other scrolls. I am picking up spellbooks, and you might think, why is he picking up spellbooks? He rarely does that with melee characters. Well, the thinking is, yeah, we have some points in both wisdom and intelligence. We might be able to learn a simple spell that could save our lives in some way. You know, a healing spell or something like that, which could swing things for us if we get lucky casting it. So I'm going to try learning some of these spells. It's tempting to use our new scroll of identify to try and identify some other scrolls or maybe the spell books, but I'm going to hold on to it for more wands because that is the plan. Stick to the plan. Instinctively, I want to fall back into the patterns I'm more accustomed to, but stick to the plan, Alan. So let's try reading a spellbook. Glittering spellbook. With surprising ease, you learn light. Light's probably not going to be a big deal, but it doesn't hurt to have it on hand. Only 7% cast chance, and that, I think, is one of the easiest spells. This is probably a more practical approach with something like the Knight or the Valkyrie, who aren't quite as hobbled on the spellcasting front as the Barbarian and the Vandal are. But it's worth a go. With great difficulty, you learn Knock. 7% cast chance. And the other spellbook? Yeah, I thought at least one of them would be difficult to comprehend. But I'm going to continue carrying them around for now, because the Vandal has very high carrying capacity. So I'll hang on to it for the time being. Might as well. And yeah, we only have a 7% cast chance, but we do have a knock spell. So if we come across a locked door and we don't want to attract too much attention, we can use knock. I think knock can also be used as a very basic attack spell, but it seems unlikely to be as efficient as just clobbering stuff without axe. Let's see what he's got for us. Since none of our gems are identified, we won't get a lot of money for selling them. Similar with potions. I'll tell you what, I'll sell the spellbooks I've already used. Now remember the Wand of Death, although identified, and we know it has 9 charges, it's also cursed. So we don't want to start wielding that unless we feel we have no other choice. 160 coins. I will spend 28 on a scroll of identify, otherwise I'll just walk away. Any meat? No meat. But that's okay, we're still pretty full. We sense that one of our potions is not cursed. Going to get some stuff out of the sack. I'm also going to actually pick up the sack. Could be a bag of holding, could be a Midas bag even. I'm going to throw a potion at the blob to blow it up. There we go. And then kill the zombies. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Midas bag is kind of a problem. I mean, it can be good because it turns unwanted stuff into money without having to go to a shop. But I don't know what the sort of transaction rate is. I don't know whether it gives you... whether it converts items into gold at a good exchange rate. Not finding out what any of these potions are, so I'll stop doing that, I think. Dog, attack. Oh, it fell down the ladder. Alright. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. And then just run away from the acid blob because I didn't want to deal with it. Right. Okay. Having some problems here. Let's start throwing potions again. That's probably a healing potion, actually, so I'm going to just try drinking that. Yeah, a potion of healing. There we go. And what about white potion? Apparently, I killed my own wolf, which is not at all what I was intending to do. Nonetheless, we need another level 1 talent. Alright. Mighty Blows. I feel like accidentally killing the pet might have been a slight cock-up, but it's done now. So I might as well just eat her meat. At least she didn't die for nothing. Okay. I don't know why I'm saying she. Or he, for that matter. I don't know if the gender of the wolf has ever been specified. Alright. I guess I'd better start lobbing some potions at this bastard. Potion of levitation is not what I was after. Potion of gain level. I definitely didn't want to level the blob up. Well, I don't have anything else to fight it with, really. Let's lure it away from the ladder, this floating blob, and then just head up. No! Lucky that it didn't corrode any of our stuff. Okay. Let's move on. And let's stop for a moment to take stock. What do we have? Oh yeah, I was saying about the Midas bag. I don't know what exchange rate you get when the Midas bag turns things into gold. And finding out that a Midas bag is indeed a Midas bag can be a dodgy proposition. Basically, the way I found one before, which was in an off-camera run on my tablet, was I put some stuff in a bag and it went, oh no, the bag feels light, or something. And it had turned everything into gold, which was kind of an issue. So, I'm going to put one thing that I'm unlikely to want into this bag. I'm going to put a blue gem in, because I think those are just portal stones at best. So, add stuff, blue gem, move to sack. That seems like nothing happened. Yeah. I mean, it could still be a bag of holding, I think this game has bags of holding in it, where they reduce the weight of items you put in. But I don't know. It's difficult to tell. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add more stuff. Basically all of my gems. And my spell books. Stick all of them in the sack. And I think I'll just add... I'll keep adding more stuff to the sack. And just see how light it seems to be. Can I get a weight for it, actually? Knowledge. No. Flimsy bag. Doesn't really say what it is. I mean, I don't know if a sack is actually its accurate description or kind of a generic description, you know, like long wand or whatever. Anyway, we'll just have to see what happens with that. I mean, there's a good chance that it's just a miscellaneous bag. What can I throw? Let's throw the blue gem just to burst that thing. It's off camera, but try and aim from memory. Did that? No, missed it. Alright. Let's try something else that we don't particularly want. Oh, they're all in the bag. No, I don't want to throw the bag. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to have to get some stuff out of the bag. Alright, get a blue gem. Yeah, let's do it this way. Blue gem, orange gem. Because I have several between the two things, and I don't really want either of them. So let's check an orange gem this time. The arc seems slightly off, so we'll have to aim a bit left. No, apparently that didn't hit it either. Having a surprising amount of trouble hitting this thing, actually. Oh, or they're just passing through it. Could be that. I don't want to waste a potion of healing flinging that at the blob just to blow it up. But at the same time, I do want to blow it up. If I had something else, like maybe another weapon or something to throw at it, but I don't want to chuck my only weapon. Alright, well let's go down and see if we find another ladder up on the other side. More scrolls of identify. No more wands though. And as we prepare, prepare to take on this door, because we're going to have to pass it really. I mean, we could go down the ladder, but let's see. What do we have? We don't know what most of the scrolls are. That's an error. So let's try out some scrolls, see if we've got a teleport or something. Remove curse. Scroll of remove curse removes itself. Fine, whatever. Enchant armor. Well, that's a nice effect. Nothing. Create monster. Oh, hell. A gas spore and an acid blob. This is nasty as shit. Crap! Okay. Well, it doesn't say anything about my stuff having been corroded, so hopefully we're safe. Have a bit of a rest, because we do want... Oh, we're identifying the cursedness of lots of stuff there. Yeah, so we do have Potion of Healing. I think we've identified all of our scrolls except for that unknown one at the top. Oh well, we have a Potion of Healing and a Wand of Death. And the same thing again. Alright, let's do it. Oh, dwarfs, really? I could do without that. Might have to break out the Wand of Death in a minute. I don't think they're wearing any armour that would reflect the beam back at us, but that is always a risk. I'm not 100% on which things reflect and which don't. Another level 2 talent. Well, in that case, I might as well upgrade to level 2 of... Mighty Blows, I think. More knockback to buy me more time to think and to prepare alternative solutions. Holy shit, how much damage did he do? Potion of Healing. Wand of Death. Yeah, okay. Now just loot their bodies for unknown potions. Yeah. I was thinking maybe take those weapons to throw at that gas spore, but actually we don't know whether the weapons are cursed, so I think it's best to just stay away. Unfortunately, we do know that the Wand of Death is cursed, so now that's stuck in our right hand. Do we have another scroll of remove curse? We do. Let's use it. Yeah, cursed wand of death is surrounded by a golden glow. It's kind of still in our hand. I might have to unequip it. There we go. And of course we're almost dead, so better have a rest. Hopefully no more dwarfs will come running out of that door. Stop! Eat bat meat. Stunned, but that's okay. Because there's a risk of us starting to get hungry soon. So we need to be a little careful with that. Another bag. Money and cheese. So let's go through the same experiment as before. Let's open our inventory. Open our new sack. Add stuff to it. And let's put in... We threw most of our gems away, but let's put some blue gems in. Didn't say anything. Fine, whatever. Let's move on. Let's throw one of our new mystery potions at the gas spore. Potion of extra healing. It's a waste, but at least we found out. And we destroyed the spore. Didn't identify the black potion, but black potions are very rarely anything of interest anyway. So basically I'm just trying to waste some time while the acid blob advances. Leap over it. Yeah, I feared that might happen. We might actually have to use the Wand of Death again, depending on how hard it hits. Yeah, Wand of Death. Annoying, but better than just letting ourselves die. So we're going to need another level 1, I think. Yes. Since we're running a little light on food now, let's get a level of gastronomy. And then head back upstairs, now that we've dealt with the gas spore that was up here before. And I will actually take kobold innards, although they tend to poison us. I might as well. Is that a new dog? It seems to be. No, it's a hostile dog. Standing on a blob. Dog on a blob. Don't see that very often, even in WazHack. Kobold innards will probably be poisonous, so I have to be a little bit wary about that. Silver ring. Tempting to use a scroll of identify on it, but I mean, look at how well the wand-based plan has panned out already. Yes, okay, we haven't had a stupendously, mind-blowingly good run, but if we hadn't identified that Wand of Death early on, we'd have had no idea that we could use it to get out of those dwarfy situations, whereas, in fact, we knew exactly what we were dealing with. Now, this little cluster of enemies here could be an issue. Oh, I think the goblin picked up all those gems that we lost before. And dwarf is jumping comically. How are we going to deal with this? Let's see if we can precisely aim at the wolf pup without hitting the blob, and then same with the dwarf. Ha! There was our knockback effect, thanks to our talent. Our Mighty Blows talent. There we go. Pick up some dwarf innards, gem. Don't want any of his armour and stuff, but I will take his innards and the gem, and leap over the blob. Good. Okay. Let's eat some dwarf innards. I do have an apple. You know what, I'm going to eat the kobold innards. And we're full, and it actually didn't poison us this time, so that's good. Alright. Is that the same pink blob that went downstairs before? Did it levitate its way back up? Looks like it might have. Anyway. Okay, I feel like this run, as I said, what? Leprechaun. Oh, no you don't. Wow. I was actually going to spare him if he asked for mercy, but he died in 2 hits. Standing by this guy should reveal the cursed or blessed nature of our items. Okay. Scroll of Create Monster is cursed, and Scroll of Charging is also cursed, while the lamp is blessed. So it could actually be a genie lamp. Hard to say. If it is a genie lamp, then it should be a good genie because it's blessed. Do you want to buy a blessing or a prayer of protection from this guy? Probably not, in all honesty. I don't know how much use it is. but we don't use money for much else. So I'm going to spend 100 coins blessing our cursed silver ring to at least uncurse it, so that we can actually use it for something. In fact, do we have anything else cursed that we might want to uncurse? Cursed scroll of charging, cursed scroll of creating monster, uncursed identify. No, I think we're alright. Let's move on. So yeah, although, as I said, we haven't been having a mind-blowingly amazing run, I think it's going decently well, and I feel like at least part of that comes down to having a plan. Some kind of psychic rat. Piss off. Yeah, I feel like having a plan and executing it in a measured, controlled way is actually helping here. Don't really want to deal with the acid blob. I guess I'll bait it in here and then jump over it. Again, it's not exactly tough, but it could very easily corrode our axe. I wonder what leprechaun innards do. Let's eat them. You feel jumpy. Does it, it might increase one of our stats or something. Not sure. Whoa! Oh! It makes us teleport at random. Oh, that's nasty. I mean, it could be handy for lucky escapes if we get cornered, but it could also really drop us in the shit by just randomly teleporting us into danger. No, the other way. There we go. Open the chest. What's in it? Tattered cape, coins, gem. Fine. Wand. Okay. In that case, let's use a scroll of identify, because we have several, to identify our new wand. Blessed wand of create monster with 10 charges. So, that's actually not a wand that's going to be particularly helpful, but we do at least know not to use it. So we won't go, oh no, we're surrounded, maybe this wand will be something awesome, and then try it out and it just gets us killed by creating monsters. It's a shame that Scroll of Identify only gave us one item. I would have liked more. Gnomes are coming out. We're not even in the mines. Go home. Get back in the mine. Alright. I guess there's no point going back upstairs. Although, was there a wand on the floor? I thought I caught a glimpse of pink out of the corner of my eye in the chapel. So, yeah. And I didn't really want to walk past that door, because we might find ourselves having to use the Wand of Death again if we do. So, yes, I did catch a glimpse of pink on the floor. Curved wand. Okay. So, let's identify that. Uncursed wand of Make Invisible. Not a game changer, but still good to know. It can give us a little bit of an edge if we're going into a tough combat. And again, the scroll only allowed us to identify one item, which is disappointing. Let's leap over here. No, leap over. There we go. And what's that? Dead bat. Thought it was gold, but it's just a dead bat. Okay. Still lots of mystery scrolls that we haven't identified, but the fact is, if you look at the scrolls we have identified, we've got charging, create monster, identify, magic mapping. That's several of the major scrolls. The major scrolls, of course, is a crappy budget spin-off of the Elder Scrolls. No, it's not at all. That was just what it sounded like in my head. The Major Scrolls 4, WazHack. So, we've identified a lot of the major scrolls. Not teleport, that's probably the other big one. But there's also remove curse. We don't have any of those, but we have identified it. So that means that among the scrolls we haven't identified are such delightful terrors as Scroll of Fire, which we want nothing to do with. So I'm feeling a little nervous about just reading scrolls at random. So, I might actually have to use a Scroll of Identify on some of our outstanding unidentified scrolls. Not sure. I'll think about that as we proceed. Need something with which to blow up this gas spore. Seem like lots of gas spores today. Again, don't really have anything to throw at it that will actually do damage. Actually, you know what? Since I got that ring uncursed, I should probably just put that on. See if its effect is apparent. -1 ring of adornment. Yeah, so let's just get rid of that. And in fact, let's chuck it on the floor. No, you know what? I'll hang on to it. Now that we've uncursed it, it's not actually any danger to us. And we might get some money for it if we sell it. So, no potions. No potions. That's definitely an issue. You don't want to be working your way through WazHack and not have access to any potions. So... Previously, gems just went straight through these blobs. I don't want to waste a wand of death on it. I'll kill this bastard. Go down! No meat, disappointingly. I'll take the crude dagger and I'll try checking it. Of course, there's a risk that it might be cursed. How far up is the church, actually? I don't open this map very often, but maybe I should. Maybe I should open it more than I do. Okay, the church is only up 2 floors, I think. I think that's what that sort of Egyptian ankh symbol is. So I could go up there, walk up to the altar, see if this dagger is cursed, and then if it isn't, come back and throw it at that gas spore. Seems a little elaborate, but you kind of have to be elaborate and painstaking with roguelikes if you're going to be at all successful. I've known that for some time, it's just that I don't always have the patience to actually go through with it. Anything? You gonna show me? It's not giving me any indication, which I take to mean it's, yeah, bog standard uncursed. Anything else I want to bless? No, don't think so. And we know our cape is uncursed, so we actually might as well try that on. Tattered cape is too small. Oh, bollocks to you. One size fits all. It's a cape. It's not like I have to fit it over my limbs or anything. It just flaps from my neck. So let's leap over there, head back downstairs, and at least we know our dagger is uncursed, so we can throw it at this gas spore in safety. If we can hit it. Come on. Yes! Success. Sound effect was slightly off there, which is a bit weird. Since we know the dagger's uncursed, I'll take it with me in case we come across any more gas spores. Yeah, the gas spore exploding sound effect was kind of off there. The timing was off, which is a little weird. Shame we don't have a pet to deal with these eyes for us. I went all Yorkshire there. To deal with these eyes. Of course, there's a chapel right here, so we didn't actually have to go back up all those floors, but never mind. Couldn't have got past the spore to get down here anyway. Anything? Yeah, more blessings and stuff. Don't want it. Let's move on. But our moving on will occur the next time, because we've already been going for about half an hour. So, thanks for watching, as always. I don't know about you, but I feel like this run's going fairly well, and I feel like having a plan and resolutely sticking to it is actually working to our advantage here. So, hopefully that will continue the next time round. But remember, I always have that start of episode curse, where returning to an existing character at the start of an episode tends to get them killed. I think I need a bit of warm-up time. So we'll see how that goes, and you can rejoin me the next time to also find out how we do as we continue taking our Vandal into the dungeons of WazHack. So until then, bye for now.